Boom! What is going on, guys? We are going to take you through the ins and outs of men's physique posing for ICN Federation. I'm lucky to have my shredded model here. He was posing before and he broke the mirror behind him. And that's how shredded he is, because he is 5 days out. So we're going to break down, so pretty much his poses are going to be exactly what you're going to want to look like when you are on stage. So I'll actually run through the men's fitness poses as well, because they're very similar to men's physique. So we'll run through men's physique, symmetry round, men's fitness symmetry round, and then we'll go into the muscle poses. So I'll explain it the whole way through. Okay, so to start off, we've got the symmetry round for men's physique. So we're going to start into a front pose. A front pose is also going to be your relaxed pose. So you're going to pretty much be holding this on any relaxed time. Plus, you're also showing good symmetry. It's not, bodybuilding isn't an ab show. So the main thing is you want to show abs, but you also want to show the V-taper. Good shoulders, good lats, good chest. This is a front pose. Men's fitness, you can crunch down a little bit more and show more of the abdominals, because it's more about the shreds over than being size. But for men's physique, we're going to come up and we're going to commence our symmetry round, made up of 4 poses. It's not to look at shreds and abs again, it is to look at your overall symmetry, balance and muscle. So quarter turn to the right. So this is side pose number 1. It's always going to be a quarter turn to the right, you'll never turn left. Okay, what we're looking at here is he's got a good balance. We can see his shoulders, lats, side of his chest, and he's coming around from the back. So he's activating his scapula into his chest and looking out wide here. These are poses that work really well for Joseph. The main thing with all these poses are they're custom to your body. You might have longer limbs here, need to change little bits here and there, and that's where like having a pose coach tailor it for you is also better. But this should get you through if it's one day out for the comp and you haven't done any posing. Quarter turn to the right. So this is the second symmetry pose. It is a back pose. So it's not, put your scapulas together for me, squeeze like a seated row. You don't want to look like this. So this is a small, even though it does show a lot of your back, we're looking at how wide your back is. So back open, boom, nice. So we've got good rear delts and then a nice V-taper through the back in. What I like to do is really lean back from your lower back, and that will bring in this Christmas tree. Nice, so it's like doing the limbo a little bit. Quarter turn to the right. So transitioning is also important. You want to make sure that you make each pose going towards them look good. This looks very easy because Joseph's practiced quite a lot. Good. So again, symmetry round number 3, second side pose. Exactly the same as your first side pose. So you want it to look very symmetrical compared to your first side pose. We've got chest, we're showing shoulder, rotating through, and hands looking here. What I like to do with my hands is to make a gun into this, because what happens is it makes your hands and fingers look quite natural instead of a claw or something weird like that. Looking really good, flexing through that chest. Nice. Quarter turn to the right, facing the front. Good. Nice transition pose. Smoothly got to that position. Beautiful. So now we're going to go into, so men's fitness is exactly that, and that's all it is. Symmetry, quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn, and they keep doing that, and then you do have one abdominal pose, which we will go to in a minute, where in that's round 1 of men's physique. And then round 2 is the muscularity round. Here's a top tip. Definitely practice your symmetry round just as much as your muscularity, because all the boys like to flex. So the main thing is make sure you practice this, because no one practices it. So I always say your symmetry is going to get you into top 5. And then what you want to do is use the muscle to get that top placing. And that's going to work the placings out. So the first muscle pose is a front double bicep and strike. So transitioning, he's not just going up, he's making it look good and really flexing a nice pose out to get there. So we can see he's got awesome abdominals, He's popped up his biceps and he's dropped his hips slightly to this side. Then breathe out and crunching through the abs. Go front on for me. So it's different to his front pose where he's dead straight. We've worked out because he's got quite a long torso that he actually looks leaner, dropping it through with a little bit of a bent leg there. And what we're trying to do is rotate the elbows outwards. Good. Your wrists are going to be completely flat, so you should have flat wrists facing the roof. And relax. Whenever they say relax, you never relax. You're always going back into your front pose. Good. So this is where the judges can decide in between, and you want to always have a really tight front pose, because if they're like, well, that was a really good frontal bicep, oh, he looks good there, so we'll just mark him up a little bit. Side chest and strike. So this is the second muscle pose. You can choose your preferred side chest. So either left or right, doesn't really matter, whatever kind of works for you. Nice. Good, so we've got good definition through the arm. What the judges are looking for is the size and conditioning of this chest here. Good. So what you want to make sure this is flexed and your bicep and arms flexed. They're pretty much the two. You don't want to flex everything, because, like, flex your whole body for me. See how everything tightens down. First now. Yep, beautiful. So we're only flexing what we want to show to the judges, which is good arm, side chest, and then conditioning through the abs. And relax. So back to front pose. Third muscle pose is a side tricep. Side tricep and strike. So side tricep is exactly pretty obvious what they're judging on. So to break down this pose is they're looking for your front head and the rear head. You want to show both. So if you struggle to see him, you can rotate a little bit. And I even rotate throughout my pose, just a little, so you can really kind of show that you've got that rear head. And then on this side of the body, you want to flex this side chest. So you've got condition, the rear tricep, and you're showing the whole physique to the judges. You want to give the judges the most amount of reasons to put you in first place. And relax. Nice. Fourth muscle pose, rear double bicep and strike. So smoothly he spins around as a transition. He's not stepping around. He lines up. Boom. So the most important thing with this pose is to make sure your elbows face the back. What we don't want is, do a row for me, pull back, is your back to end up like this. Because it's skinny, narrow, you don't have a lot of width. Now elbows to the back wall. So it's opening up and looking for that thickness. So we've got really good serrations in your rhomboids and your traps. So we've got traps, rhombs. Nice. Plus, we're also peaking our bicep heads. So this is a good pose to really show condition and relax. So you're going to come down, hit your back relax pose, and then flick around. Good. Boom. And lastly, the money shot, which is also in men's fitness, abdominal and thigh. So setting up for those abdominals, breathing all your air out, you're crunching from your chest down, trying to make your body into a C shape and bringing in that six pack. Smiles on the face, because it is important to show that it's easy even though it's hurting. So you want to smile and breathe through that smile. I find if you pull on your neck, it brings in your serratus a little bit more, and making sure that you're on that last bit of breath, breathing out. And relax. So they're the 5 muscle pose for men's physique, plus you've got the 4 quarter turns as well. So make sure you keep practicing them. The more you can practice it, the easier it's going to be on stage, and you're just going to go into, like, pretty much you're not even going to, the more you practice, you're not even going to think about it, and even if you're nervous, you're just going to get up there and hit it out, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. So, we'll see you on stage soon. Boom!